what's up? Eagle Falcon here. We just wrapped up the live letter. We're going to go and recover it very briefly for VOD people. Now, name of the patch, of course, Trails to the Heavens. It comes out on the 28th. You have 11 days remaining. 10 days to go finish up your Moogle Tomes, 10 days to finish up your PvP series. Good luck. I am going to need it. Just a reminder how this thing is going to go down. We did get this wonderful thing. Next week is FanFest. I will not be able to cover it live. Good friend Epic Nightvale will. I recommend catching her stream for that. Twitch.tv/epic_Nightvale. If you want to go catch that live, I'll have a video after the fact. Talk about my thoughts and what I saw. But in any case, that's next week. Patch is then on the 20th. 7.51 is going to be early June. That is probably when we're going to see our ultimate. We did get a tease of the ultimate in the trailer video. I have a recording of my reaction to it, but I f***ed up and had the screen set wrong, so that video is probably never going to see the light of day. That's my fault. Then it's going to be the EU Fan Fest, then 7.55. Early September, we're going to have 7.56. 7.56 is when we'll get the second half of our MSQ. MSQ is going to be split between 7.5 and 7.56. And then end of October is when we're going to get JP Fan Fest. That is the order of things. I don't know if there's going to be a 7.58. That's just going to be like one quick wrap up. Maybe, maybe not. It's been very hard to tell with these sub patches, but that is the current expectation. The best part is we don't know what's when. We have no idea what is when. We did get a little teasers about the MSQ. Not a whole lot other than, you know, this little screen right here. There was a lot more in the trailer. If you really want to go ahead and get that, we are getting our Dawn Trail Allied Society capstone quest. We are getting inconceivably further Hildebrand adventures. We did see later on that we're most likely getting a mount from that. Don't know for sure, but it's pretty certain we're going to be getting a mount from that. You could probably guess which one too. New custom deliveries of T Solja. That's going to be related to tacos. New PvP series and season begins. There's going to be new action adjustments, a new Crystalline Conflict arena. The new arena is very interesting. They showed this off a little bit. These books become jump pads. There's bridges you have to build to get the crystal to checkpoints. You have to stand in a zone for like 5 seconds in order to make the bridge spawn. But if you're ever taken out of it or someone from the opposite team dives into it, the timer resets. And I 5 seconds might be a bit too high. It might be closer to like 4 or 3, but you get the idea. And the reason for that is that because the actual pathing for the crystal is pretty short. So that is interesting. New dungeon, which is the Clidium or Clidium. I don't know how we're going to pronounce it. Everyone's going to call it the but I digress. That is taking place in Garlemald. We do know that for a fact. Of course, Windurst, the third walk. It doesn't matter though. Shantono's your first boss, which means you're never getting past the first boss. It just is what it is. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. Your trial is gonna be Enuo. We already knew that. Shinryu is your Unreal. We already knew that. They're not telling us what the ultimate is. However, at the end of the trailer, they did tease a voice-acted Kefka. So it's very possible that it's Kefka and the Warring Triad. That is pretty much everyone's guess as to what it is. But, you know. Our final step in the Phantom Weapons, of course. We get a look at that later on too, what some of them are. Occult Crescent on North Horn. We saw very little of this. I'm actually kind of surprised. And then of course Beastmaster. And of course our new fishing route in Thavnir, a new cosmic exploration zone. The housing up, we are getting a gold saucer update. They told us literally nothing about the gold saucer update. Literally nothing. No details at all. Housing updates, you're going to be able to go ahead and increase the number of indoor and outdoor furnishings. There's going to be new designs. You will also be able to configure in the system menus on how many, on what loads. So you can go ahead and turn down things if you get a house that loads way too much and your potato can't handle it. You know, good quality of life. Good quality of life. A large number of gear will be storable in the armoire. They went into no detail as to what that is, but we heard last live letter that it was going to be your job gear and all of the dungeon gear from Dawn Trail, as well as also the die consolidations. They didn't give us more details on that, just that it's happening. Okay, they did go ahead and then show us a few little things within the new Alliance raid, that being Windurst. But again, Shantona's the first boss, so you're dead. It doesn't matter. If you're hoping to get gear from this, it doesn't matter. Shantona's your first boss. You're dead. You're not beating it. That's just all there is to it. You're not getting further than that. Yoshi couldn't do it, and he has god powers. So all this gear that you see here is irrelevant. All of it doesn't matter. All of this gear that you can get from the Alliance raid, yeah, you're not getting it. It's not there. It might as well not exist to you, because Shantona's the first boss. Is that joke old yet? Doesn't matter. It's true. And then I already talked about this here with the... Oh, one other thing that I actually did neglect to mention. There is, near each of the start points, a healing glyph that players will sustain 50% less damage and recover HP over time. So, going ahead and trying to push people all the way back into their spawn, very bad idea in this case. You're gonna be far better off sticking to, oh, I don't know, the objective. They very much want people to stay in the action with this map. So, you know, I do like that idea. Actually participating. Did they actually say how many seconds it is in this? I don't think they actually say the exact seconds. But that is pretty much all there is to know about the new map. PvP gurus will go ahead and find the meta for this. That person is not going to be me. There are going to be improvements to the sightseeing log. You will now be able to... It'll now show you what emote you need to complete a sightseeing log when you get to it, as well as also indicate if conditions are not met, like if you need to be at a specific time or a specific weather condition. I like that. I like that a lot. Gear from dungeons added in 3.0 onwards will be eligible to be stored as outfit glamour. Individual pieces of the gear will be removed. Will now be able to be removed from outfit glamour, which I didn't realize they couldn't do that before. Good change. So you can just do that from a simple menu. Crafting, you can now, while crafting, not having to close your crafting log or anything, change your job, consume food and potions, move items in your inventory, join or leave a party, or operate link shells. You couldn't do that before. Now you can. It's about time. Chocobo is getting some updates, including new animations according to your companion rank, as well as now reacting to the pet and poke emotes. So automatically, this is now the best patch in the game because you can now pet your Chocobo. That's it. It's irrelevant. And all of your other thoughts, irrelevant. Dawn Trail is now best expansion. Although with the good comes the bad. Like this clear pink UI change, which is horrendous, but you can do that now. If you want to be foolish, you can do that. Or you could go clear gray. I'm actually might go clear gray. Beastmaster, they showed off quite a bit. As far as what you can do. They're going to be using one-handed axes and a shield. It is going to be a melee DPS. We don't know what kind of gear they use. Level cap is going to be 50. You are going to start at level 1. You need to have bought Dawn Trail. And all beyond that, all you need to have done is clear Porta de Meku and be level 50. That's it. Which you need to be more to clear Dokumen Deku. You need to have cleared 2.0. That's the big thing. Now this is going to work very Pokemon-esque. You have to weaken beasts before you can capture them. There's 50 different beasts you can capture. All beasts can be captured through solo play. Tame beasts can walk beside you. You can also use commands to change the size of your beasts. Depending on which beast you have, depends on the actions you can use. It's going to affect combos and whatnot. They showed us a bit of detail. I'm not even going to bother trying to explain it. I can't. I just can't. There's going to be a double gauge system, both for you and the beast. They didn't actually show us any of this Crucible of the Unbroken. They showed us none of that. But things that we've heard, this looks interesting. Very, very interesting. But all in all, Beastmaster does look good. It does look like a very fun, very interesting sub game within the game. You can only have one pet. You can only have one beast out at a time, but you can register up to 3 to quick swap buttons, each one having a bit of a cooldown between each one, which, you know, that's fine. There is also no cooldown to swapping in a sanctuary. So, you know, all of this very, very interesting. But yeah, it's much better off that you go ahead and mess around with it for yourself when it is available. They did not give us details as to when it will be available. They then went ahead and showed us some of the new relic weapons. Black Mage, Paladin, Astrologian, Paladin but at night, Dragoon, Bard, here they show us the Black Mage again, so they can show off a bit more of the lighter colors. They show us a few mount. There's a fist mount. Don't know where, or the rocket fist. We're not sure where that's from yet. I'm assuming a Cult Crescent. No idea though. We did get to see the NUO wings. They look fantastic. We also got to see our capstone wings. And that, we also got to see this toucan hanging off the foot of a toucan. That's amazing for a mount. We also got to see a platypus that you ride on the back of. They also showed off the capstone wings. That is this right here, Seraph wings. All 6 wings only show when you're in the air, unfortunately. Would have been nice if that was that way in the ground, but it's not. A little disappointing in that regard, but otherwise, you know, hey, it's great. I wish I had any wings, Smile. And then this is what I was talking about earlier, the Manderville or the hard-boiled motorcycle. Most likely, this is going to be our mount that we get for completing Manderville, which, you know, is a good motorcycle. I appreciate. They then showed off some more gear. I assume some of this is, I assume this one and this one are going to be from Cosmic. I don't know where some of this other one is from. I'm assuming Occult Crescent. That kind of looks like Bart's outfit or what Yoshi P is wearing right that second. This is actually just mini Yoshi P right there, clearly. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, oddly enough, quite a lot of vagueness. I would not, like, just going through this, I just summarized a 3-hour live letter in 15 minutes. And most of it was just because they showed off a lot of details of Beastmaster, but again, you can't describe how it's going to work in words. You really can't. But in either case, I do want to try Beastmaster. I am looking forward to that. And I do think that's going to be a lot of fun. This patch is very, very loaded. And we are going to see how much fun it is. Anyway, if you want to get more news, please like and subscribe. And I hope you have a good day. Bye. I'm going to get to work.